Faisal Mohammed Al-Shimmari. Agriculture in several of the largest excess facility in the planet, at Al-Ain, an oasis in the joint Arabic Emirates abandon, wherever temperature can achieve 50 C. He's costly as we include to buy water supply routinely to water these seedling, he says. Farmers include to use tankers to give in water supply, and in the abandoned agriculture use nearly 3 times as lot water supply as such in moderate climates. The makes agriculture in the abandoned unpractical, so the UAE imports on 80% of its meal. Yet for lot, the might be the next of agriculture. Enlarged dry spell, disafforestation and intense agriculture methods are Lathe and region part the amount of Britain in abandon every year. Onto the Joint Nations Convention to Fight Environment Changing, by 2045, 135 million human beings could miss their homes and livelihoods to desertification. How raises the problem of how to increase meal in more enemy facility, but one scholar has go up in an innovate how could rotate such deserts verdant once again. Norse scholar Christian Morten Olsen has proprietary a trial to mix nanotechnology particles of mud in water supply and link them to grit suspended particles to state abandoned ground. He has been work on fluid nanoclay, LNC, with 2005. This treat gives grit suspended particles a mud surface that fully changes their natural properties and allows them to link in water supply, he says. The trial doesn't engage any chemistry agents. We can changing any impoverished quality sand soil in top yield agriculture earth in fair several hours. Christian's son Ole Morten Olsen, who is as well the head operational official of the business they based, Abandon Monitoring, says, we fair mix nature mud in water supply how is plugged in the grit that creates part a meter stratum in the ground how turns the grit in nice fruitful ground. Regular grit suspended particles are really friable, that tool how they include a really low water supply retaining power. But while you add fluid nanoclay to the grit it binds such grit suspended particles along, says Christian, the tool it can conduct water supply for much longer, growing the opportunity of agriculture give. Behind in the UAE, Faisal coordinated to Army a test of fluid nanoclay recent December, and 2 areas were put in a choice of cereal, tomatoes, aubergines and gumbo. One was purified in LNC time other monitoring region was leftward raw. I am with amazement to see the successful of LNC, says Faisal. It fair stored intake of water supply by more than rather than 50%, it tool now I can dual the verdant lid in the identical water supply. He says how the raw region utilized nearly 137 cube meters of water supply for irrigation system and the one purified in LNC utilized fair 81 cube meters. I can dual the agriculture region with the identical sum of water supply I was with up, says Faisal. The price of treat per ha, 2.4 acres, of abandon varies of $1,800 to $9,500, $1,300 to £6,900, depending on the amount of the draft, that now makes it too costly for largest farmers. The ground requires a 15%, 20% retreatment following 4 persons or 5 year if the earth is tilled and if untilled later the treat lasts for much longer. Abandon Monitoring says initially it will goal public governments and business growers, but ultimately would love to do the price available to all growers. The is a large play converter for farmers in dry areas, says Christian.